about insurance, and I'm with my dad. Dad, how long have you been working, or how long have you been in the insurance industry?
More than 30 years. More than 30.
That's a long time.
Long time. Half of my age.
So now we all know my dad's age. If you're considering having a career in insurance, if you're considering being an agent or working in an insurance company. So these are the things that you might want to know and that could be useful for you. What's the most important thing a person should know when they're joining insurance?
Well, the first thing you should know is that the opportunity for financial rewards. A lot of people, a lot of agents actually go into it because of the potential of income. As you know, sky's the limit. And if you work hard enough and you close a lot of accounts, then the income will come naturally. And that's the reason why many agents do appreciate the big income they get from insurance.
So you'll be earning a lot more than you would with a minimum wage, depending on how hard you work. But is it true that there are some agents that have other work aside from being an agent? Because I know some people who, are not full-time agents.
Yes, there are what you call part-time agents, but the income they generate from this kind of business, the part-time agents, are not as big as if you're a full-time agent. And that's the reason why early on, more than 30 years ago, my mentor said, it's either you go into insurance or you just be employed. So that's the reason why I went full-time in insurance.
Well, what's the reason why some people are not full-time? Why do they?
Well, the reason for that is because they don't want to lose the, when you're employed, of course you have what you call your salaries. People don't like to throw away that salary base. In other words, they want to go into insurance, but they still want to maintain a certain kind of income, regular income on a monthly basis. But as an insurance agent, there's no such thing. You will only earn as you close more accounts.
Okay, so I think if you do it full time, then you have more rewards. You have fuller rewards. And then if you allot 50% of your time to being a part-time insurance, and then you have like a permanent work, then the rewards won't be as great. So it's either you go all in, or if you go 50% in, then you'll get 50% of the rewards, right?
Yeah, my experience is it doesn't really work being a part-time agent. It's either you go full-time or you just be employed, because it's halfway. Insurance takes a lot of time, and if you're employed and you're working, you have salary, it's very difficult to go into insurance without having that time for your clients, for your accounts.
What's the best kind of insurance to start with? So if someone is considering being an agent, what kind of, because there are several types of insurance to sell. So you have car, you have travel, you have health. So for someone who's just beginning their career in the Philippines, what would be the best?
The best really is to be a life insurance agent, because a life insurance agent has complete training on how and why and where to succeed in insurance. In my case, that's exactly what happened. Many years ago, I went through the training of a life insurance. It took several weeks. Actually, it took me 3 months of training, because nobody can just be in the insurance in a snap of a finger. You have to be trained. There's many things you have to learn, technology, the terms, and how to close, etc. So
I feel like life insurance is good for the educational background. But realistically, coming from my perspective, I would be more interested in insurance for practical reasons, let's say travel or auto or health. So how's that if the agent studies, life insurance, but realistically, I think it would be more appealing and practical to sell what I've mentioned.
It's easier actually to jump from life insurance. It's easy to jump to, they call it non-life insurance, like as you mentioned, travel insurance,
Health,
motor car, health,
yeah.
and all that. it's easier to move on.
Because you already have the basis,
Basics,
like the
yes.
terms and
And the whys of insurance, why people buy insurance. It's very important to know the they call it protocol or the inclinations of why people buy insurance. In life insurance, which is probably the more difficult one to sell, once you have the basic training of life insurance, it's easier to move on to non-life.
Okay, so I think this is a very important question for me to ask next is how can a person know which agent to choose? Because selling insurance it's a long-term investment, I suppose. So I don't think a person would just be comfortable, getting insurance just from anyone. So what would the agent have to have in order to make them more trustworthy or reliable to the customer?
Well, if you're a new agent, normally the agent would sell to his immediate friends and families, which is a natural thing because these are people that they know. But an agent, if you want to be an agent as a career, you have to move out of that box, out of that, they call it circle of friends. You have to move out and start selling to people you don't really know, or people that are referred to you.
The referral system would be good also.
Referral system is the best actually, because people will not talk to you if you were not properly referred.
Okay, so moving out of the circle, moving out of your immediate circle, your family, friends, and selling to people outside.
You don't know, yes. And it takes normally an average of 2 years to 3 years to find out if you are fit to become, to become an agent and to go into insurance as a career. As you know, there's a big, not many people, out of say 10 agents, probably on the first year. On the second year, you're probably good with having half of the agents still working. And on the third year, you'll be lucky to have 10 or even 20% of the agents still working for insurance. There's a big atrocity. Not many, as I mentioned, and insurance is not for everybody. It requires a certain amount of character, a certain amount of training.
I think that's what the viewers would want to know. What are those characteristics that you need? Because already then they can assess if this is for me. Of course, experience is still the best way to know if it's really for you. But what are those characteristics that an agent would need to possess to know that if it's really for them?
Well, number one is the ability to absorb a no. You talk to 20 people, probably 70 or more than half would say no to you for some reason or another. So
that's like sales in general. When you're just starting in sales, that's pretty much it. You knock on a lot of doors and you probably get no's a lot. But yeah, moving back.
So it starts with that.
Persistence and patience.
Absolutely, and of course hard work. I mean, it's a law of numbers, and you see a lot of people, and you start tracking whether the ratio is getting to become a better ratio, which means how many people do you close for every say 20 people that you see. So you have to find to find out how good you are. You have some kind of recording of your performance for the next few months, because it will tell you whether you're good at it, and of course whether the clients like you for it. A lot of people actually get more insurance because of how you present yourself and how you are properly referred to.
So in other words, they will get insurance from you if they like you.
Of course, it makes a big difference because people don't.
They're comfortable, I suppose.
Yes, absolutely.
So in a nutshell, you are selling insurance. You need to know what you're selling, but you're also selling yourself, which is I think pretty general in sales.
Absolutely.
Okay. So what are the pros and cons? So obviously the pros we have is if you work hard, then you'll have big rewards. But what are the cons of being an agent? I'm not sure if there are more pros as well. And yeah, what are the cons?
If you're an agent, it's like a full-time job. So sometimes people would like to talk to you after office hours. It's not an 8 to 5 job. It's like almost like 24 hours because you have to go with the convenience of your clients. And clients would sometimes like a breakfast meeting, sometimes a client would like a dinner meeting, etc. So you have to be flexible in terms of your time. Also, no, you have to be what you call technologically equipped. In other words, you have to have a good cell phone, because a lot of people now would like to have just a text message. So very important that you have basic equipment, so a cell phone, a computer to track your performance, of course to make proposals. Especially for non-life, there's a process. So you close an account, let's say in a motor car, and there's a claim, then you should know what to advise your client. And the client has to be happy with the way you handle the claim.
So I think it's, aside from having good gadgets, it's also having the right apps, so that you'll be able to be more organized and you'll be able to assist your customers more, because you'll have several names, and then each of those names will have also different types of insurances and different cases. So you want to make sure you remember each and every person's situation.
It's called tracking your accounts. You have to have a good way to track your accounts, and there's so many apps available in the PC, the computer, and of course even in your phone. As you know, the phones now and the PC are synchronized, so you can work from your phone and you can work from your PC.
You mentioned something about people being more comfortable getting insurance from an agent that has been in the industry for years. So is it a matter of time and experience that makes a person reliable and trustworthy?
Absolutely. If a person knows that you've been around for many years and you're a veteran, what they say veteran, then you have more, the chances of you getting accounts is better, because people will look at you as somebody who's more stable, one who knows their business, someone who knows the product, and of course it gives you the comfort that you get proper advice.
Okay, one last question for my dad. How did you start? Because you've come this far, you made it to this more than 30 years. How did you get involved with insurance?
Somebody told me, would you like to earn 4 times what you're earning now? Of course, I said yes, absolutely. And that started the idea of insurance. The potential for income was a major attraction to me at the time. And thank God that I passed through the test and I passed through some requirements, and that's the reason I've been here for the past 30 years. Not only that, we've grown 10 times or even 20 times from where I was 30 years ago.
It sounds great, but let's be realistic. What were the challenges and struggles, so that it will be more relatable to whoever's watching? Because clearly the rewards are great, but what were the challenges?
The major challenge really is to create your own market, to create your own niche market, because clients come and go. You close them now, next year they don't renew with you, etc. These are the major challenges of a new agent. So the idea there is, the earlier that you develop your own market, the better chance that you will succeed in this career.
What's a niche market? Like how? Is it just auto insurance? Is it just health insurance?
It's a combination of everything. Essentially, it's really to make sure that these are your clients that will stay on with you, not only for the next 2 to 3 years, but even more. We have clients who've been with us for over 30 years, and now we're selling now to their children, to their grandchildren. So that's really the major challenge for a young agent, to make sure that you develop in the next 2 to 3 years a market of your own, where people will stay on with you and will not go to another agent or competitor.
So it's building a relationship in a community around you.
Yes,
so that's what you meant by niche.
Yes.
How many years did it take for you to reach that level of saying, wow, I made it? How many years?
maybe 5 years. I guess even, before the fifth year, I was already getting awards for sales, production, and performance. So I had the feeling that maybe this is my career. I get recognized for my production, sales performance, which, and of course, you get not only recognition, but also national recognition. I was recognized as one of the top agents way back. And I was competing with a lot of agents, not only from insurance, but from other industries. So I represented insurance, and I was the one that made it to the top 10 top salesman of the year. Now the question is, what makes an agent go to becoming a broker?
So that's the next level. If you're an agent and you want to have a company, a broker company,
yes,
they're called, yeah.
It takes about 10 years before you are allowed to become a broker. In other words, you should be selling insurance for the past 10 years before you can even apply to become a broker, insurance broker.
An insurance broker just means
a
body of insurance agents, or
it can be, yes, it can be a body of insurance agent, or it can be because because of your production, you sell so many products. It's best to have become a broker. You have so many products to sell, and of course your production. You will have a lot of admin. Like now, we have about close to 30 people working to administer the insurance. You have to make sure that the servicing part or the admin part of the insurance is well taken care of, because that's your bread and butter insurance.
So you're not providing something tangible, but you are definitely providing a service. So that's where you really want to focus on. Is, in a nutshell, if you want excellent service, it's 24-hour service,
yes,
to the
absolutely.
customer.
In fact, we have a 24-hour person to assist our clients if they need to be rushed to the hospital, or if they meet an accident, in a midnight car accident, etc. And these are little things that make our clients very happy with our service. And not only happy clients automatically refer us to other customers. So it's a growth business that will not stop so long as you perform well in terms of doing service to your clients, and the clients are of course happy.
So to sum it up, to end our video, what I got from our topic today is definitely insurance takes time. Time because you want to have experience, you want to have the right knowledge, and you want to build a community and a database that will revolve around your niche. And also time because for you to be considered trustworthy and reliable, people want to know you've been in the industry for at least 2 years. And also for you to know that if insurance is really for you, you need to spend time with it. So definitely it's time.
Time and effort.
And effort.
And of course the ability to, the word work hard and work smart. So combination of both. You can be a hard worker, but if the results are not so good, it has to come along with very good results.
Right. Okay, that's it. So I hope you learned something, and please let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to reply. Just comment on the comment box below. And thank you for watching.
Have a nice day.